Hello, Premium Bible lovers. This is Max, and I'm not really a well-known person on the Premium Bible review scene, if you will, but I wanted to kind of give back a little bit to help some of you out, as a lot of your videos have helped me come to the decision to buy the Bible that I'm going to review today. So this review is going to be on the brand new NASB THINLINE Quentel from Evangelical Bible. I settled on this Bible because I had a number of criteria in mind, and I looked at a lot of videos, a lot of them that probably many of you who are watching this provided. So I want to first thank you for all that information. Obviously, with nowhere to go to actually physically look at these Bibles, it's all done through online resources, and without these videos, it would be very difficult. So I just want to thank all of you, and hopefully this can help some of you in turn. But I had settled on the NASB translation, as I had the YouVersion Bible app, and could switch between different translations as I went through it. And I really liked the NASB. Couldn't really put exactly what made me attracted to that particular version, but I just really liked it. It's just a very simple translation, not a lot of input made to it. I know many people will argue back and forth that everything except for the King James version has lost its essence, but I believe that this translation is a really great translation, and I'm really excited to get a new premium Bible in that translation. So I created a list of qualities that I wanted in this new NASB Bible. And number one, obviously, is I want it to be premium. I want it to be high-end and really super good quality, and goatskin leather, all that stuff. And so I settled on either R.L. Allen or Schuyler, and I had a hard time really finding any R.L. Allen that I really liked. And there's many good ones out there, but any that I really just jumped out at me, like, hey, I got to have that. So kind of looked around with the Schuylers a little bit and really liked them. But the Quentel is a really thick Bible, in my opinion, and something that's really not going to work for me. So even the personal version, I feel like is a little bit too small, and kind of similar to my Pit Minion that I have. So I felt like, I already have a small Bible like that, and I want something just a little bit bigger. And so I felt like that probably isn't the best choice for me. So I called the Evangelical Bible, and the people there are just so fantastic and helpful. And I just asked them, hey, what do you have that might fit the bill? Something like the Quentel, but maybe a little bit smaller, in a high-end Bible publisher. And they happen to mention that, in January we're coming out with a new NASB THINLINE Schuyler Quentel. So I was ecstatic. This was maybe back in November, although that's a long time to wait. Right now it's January 27th, and I just got my hands on it today. So I've been waiting a long time for this Bible, but very excited that it's here. So again, this Bible met a lot of the criteria I was looking for. What I wanted to do today is just, in my kind of amateur review, just show you some of the features of it, open up out of the box. I actually haven't even opened it yet, so you guys will be the first to see it with me. And I would imagine, based on this being a pre-order, and I'm getting it today, it means that it's probably very new. Maybe you don't even have your hands on it yet. Hopefully you do, but if you don't, this will maybe help you make a decision if this Bible is right for you. So I did bring two other Bibles with me just to make a comparison. As I mentioned, my Pit Minion and NIV. I really like this Bible for a lot of reasons. It's just a really great size to take to church, to put in a jacket pocket, to put in a back pocket, to put in a briefcase when you're traveling. I like to travel light, and this really helps a lot with that. I still have the Word with me, but not a big bulky Bible. So, and also I really think just, you've probably seen other videos, but just the typesetting in here is just really amazing that a Bible can be this small and actually be fairly readable. But as I mentioned, I wanted something a little bigger for everyday reading, and so I'm going to obviously keep this and use this quite a bit, but this will no longer be my daily reader. I anticipate the new NASB Quentel will be my new reader. Also, for comparison, I brought my other favorite Bible, the Jeremiah Study Bible. This probably doesn't classify as a premium Bible, I would say. It's bonded leather. That's the best formatting I can find in it. It's New King James, which is pretty good, which I'm fine with. But I really love the commentary in this Bible. Big fan of David Jeremiah, and I really enjoy this Bible. This is one of the first Bibles I read when I became a Christian 4 years ago. So it's got a lot of good notes from going to church and kind of figuring out all these things, and especially some of the things like Galatians. I've got a ton of notes in there that I really cherish just from my early walk in faith. So this is really really special to me, although it's not really a premium Bible. It's kind of just an everyday bonded leather, glued binding, nothing special, but I really love it. And so I brought this kind of for size-wise comparison purposes. See, it's a pretty good-sized Bible. All right, so probably what you most care about, opening up the box and looking at the new Bible. Evangelical does a great job at packaging this. You can tell, great quality, a lot of peanuts and styrofoam and shrink wrapping. So it looks really, really good. Really top-notch job, and really to maybe keep the box nice and clean, which I know a lot of people care about these boxes. I probably won't care as much, but nonetheless, very nice to have if you're just collecting it. So right off the bat, I can tell you again, you're probably used to this nice little card in here. Really high quality box. I mean, this box is super quality, nice and thick. Has the Schuyler logo on the front. And opening up the Bible, we can see that nicely taped. I did have mine embossed, so that's probably been opened by them already. Probably didn't come this way. Probably repackaged at the shop there in Virginia. But that's okay, because I need them to emboss it for me. I plan on using this Bible as it's not really a collector's item, as I mentioned, so it's going to get some wear and tear. Wow, this is really, really something special. Just right off the bat, I can just tell you this is just an awesome, nice leather. Really thick but substantial. It almost to me looks just like just super durable yet incredibly soft. Wow, that's just really beautiful. So here's the front. You see my initials, MBK. It's got the nice embossed cross there. On the side, it's got some nice ribs, which I really love. I get the Schuyler logo, New American Standard, and Holy Bible. I did get the black goatskin, I should mention as well. So it's, I think it was 185, 195 with the embossing, but really beautiful leather. You can see on the sides, the gold gilding looks amazing. It just really, the camera doesn't do it justice. I'm looking at it. It just really looks super beautiful. And the one thing I learned from my Pit Mini, you got to be careful with this, is when you get rain, I don't know if you can see it here, if it's kind of just a drizzly rainy day and you're carrying your Bible, it will kind of distort that color in it. You'll see those drops, so you want to be careful. Just a note for anybody who's new to these types of Bibles. Carrying this kind of thing in the rain, you want to really carry it like this, or put it in a bag or something so it doesn't get wet and look discolored. Or maybe you want that wear. Maybe you don't care. All right, so opening up, really nice, soft leather cover. It says Goatskin leather cover. A nice, very nice binding. The first couple pages we got here are glued together. I believe that's to give it some strength. Again, I'm not a professional Bible reviewer. I just know this is a good Bible. I just kind of wanted more or less to show it to all of you in case you're trying to make the same decision. I'm sure there'll be much more professional and astute people than me reviewing this Bible, but hopefully this can kind of get you in the right start. The other thing I really like is this nice gold edged lining. That's really just beautiful. And really, I mean, you look at this workmanship. I mean, this is just really neat and even. Really just a great looking Bible. So open it up to the middle. It lays pretty flat. I assume that will probably get better over time. This is a little stiff, but this is also just came out of the mail and it's probably a little bit warm, or sorry, a little bit cold. I'm here in New England where it's a little bit warm today, but certainly been cooler over the weekend. It's got 3 ribbons, as you can see. They're nice blue color. I was not really interested in the kind of the goldish color that came with the brown. I like brown, but I really thought this black looked really sharp with the blue ribbons and the gold gilding, so I went with this. You can see obviously the red lining there. It's a really nice color. I'm personally not a huge fan of R. Allen's. It's just a really darker red. I love this color, the same as kind of in the Cambridge. As you can see, it's hard to tell on the camera there, but it looks pretty similar. Maybe a little bit more red in the Schuyler. As far as typesetting, my understanding is this is exactly the same as the original Quentel. So if you like the Quentel, you'll like this. It's just a lot thinner, obviously. And what I really love about it is the notes are down here on the bottom. So you really, if you're just trying to read the page, it's just really clean lettering up top here, where you can just kind of see the wording nice and clear, just focus on the words rather than seeing all these notes. It doesn't really bother me, but I just feel like it looks a little cleaner. Again, and what's nice is kind of these red chapter numbers. It really adds a little bit of detail, and also the notes have kind of a reddish color to them as well. I apologize, I'm on an iPad here, so probably not the easiest to see, not the highest quality, but you get the idea. So really, I just, right off the bat, really impressed with this. It does have line matching. It looks pretty good. The pages are going to be thinner. It's a thin line, and maybe let me show you some of the dimensions real quick. It is, looks like just a little over, maybe 1.25 inches, 1 1/3 high. I think they said it was going to be 1 inch, but maybe that's with the binding, it's a little thicker. Yeah, about 1 1/4 inches. It's about just under 10 inches lengthwise, and widthwise we're at about almost 6 3/4 inches. So just a really nice size Bible, just really nice. Do want to give kudos to the embossing. That looks really good as well, done by Evangelical Bible. Again, this is going to be one that I'm going to carry with me and use, so I want to kind of personalize it. I guess probably what else you care about is kind of what's in the back here. I can show you that there is some notes pages. I generally don't use these, so but maybe you do. Maybe I should. I don't know. But there seems to be quite a few of them. So yeah, you got quite a few notes pages here, which again I could do without, but they're nice to have. And then looking at the maps, let's see if I can show you a couple. It looks pretty nice. Pretty decent. Probably on par with my Cambridge Pit Minion. So not real glossy, just a nice kind of color to them. Again, I don't use these too much, but sure, nice to have. Got an index to the maps at the end, and then you've got just a few extra blank pages, I guess, that you could use as notes again here towards the end. So quite a few places to take notes if you wish. So again, all in all, really, this is my first time getting this Bible, and I just kind of first time taking a look at it. You can see chapter introductions, gives you a nice lot of space there. So this has been my first time kind of reading consistently out of the New American Standard version, which I'm really looking forward to. I think this Bible version really speaks to me, and I like the fact that it's incredibly literal. I'm very analytical, and I like to kind of just have the raw text to me and let me, kind of let God speak to me, let the Spirit speak to me so that I can understand what it's saying. I'd rather not have it be translated by somebody and kind of interpreted by somebody, although that's great. Sometimes these things can be hard to understand, and sometimes you need that. So I'm glad I have an NIV that I can go back and forth to, and even a couple other versions that are even more translated. So also kind of to give you an idea, size, here's the Pit Minion compared to it, and that's pretty much exactly what I was looking for, just a little bigger. I really like this size. Maybe it could go a little smaller, would make me happy, but this is a pretty good size. And again, width-wise, again, it's the width I'm looking for. It's a little bit wider than I was looking for, but really, in this category, this is probably one of the best I could find. So width-wise, again, this is comparing it to a Pit Minion. These are tiny, as you probably know. So, but I can tell you, just a really nice, comfortable size. Something you can hold in one hand, something you can reasonably take to church, carry around with you. Probably you can put this in a briefcase very easily. But again, the wording, so much bigger, so much easier to read. Again, I like the Pit Minion, but as you can see, a lot smaller. And I'm reading at night in bed or in dark places. I take this to a small group, and really hard to read when the lights are kind of dimmer in the room. It's almost impossible for me, actually. And I'm a younger guy. I'm almost 40, so my eyes are still pretty strong, but this is too much for me. Again, comparing it to the Jeremiah Bible, if you have one of these, this is a pretty thick study Bible, pretty chunky guy. Width-wise, so a little bit thinner, obviously a lot nicer leather, nicer details. And size-wise, pretty similar in size. I think a little bit taller and a little bit not quite as wide. Let's see. But again, if you've got the Jeremiah Study Bible, close in dimensions, height and width-wise, but obviously a lot thinner. As I mentioned, about 1.25 inches. So I hope this was helpful for you. Again, I hope that this amateur review, mediocre review was beneficial to you. And I really do want to thank those of you who've taken the time to do such detailed reviews. Really helped lead me to this Bible, which I can tell I'm going to love, and I already do. Just a really, really nice Bible to me, and yeah, even smells amazing with the leather. So again, I just really appreciate it for all the work that's done out there on these type of Bibles, and I hope this one is helpful, especially right off the bat. I'm sure people who are much more skilled at this than I will be putting out reviews shortly, detailed reviews that'll be hopefully more beneficial. But this maybe get you off to a start. Especially, I think these are still on pre-order pricing, $185 for the goatskin. I think the regular leather is obviously cheaper, but they will go up, I think, as of February 1st. So if you're seeing this today and you're thinking about it, I would jump on it because it's a really great price. So again, bless you guys. Thank you so much. Take care.